So I don't get stage fright. I actually have never really gone stage fright, and I think that's because I've played tennis before. From the ages of 13 to 17, I've traveled from Seattle, Washington, all the way down to Rosarito, Baja California, playing tennis at a bunch of tennis clubs in front of a bunch of people, parents, kids, everyone. And I want to teach you guys how to play tennis because I feel like maybe one day when you try to play tennis, you'll have a strong foundation and you won't get embarrassed in front of people. Just like I tried really hard not to get embarrassed in front of people for so many years. So I'd like to start with a question. What hand do you guys write with? You guys write with the right hand? Are there any lefties in the room? A few? Okay. Well, everything I'm demonstrating today is with the right hand, so it's going to be very complicated for you guys to learn. In tennis, you're going to have three basic shots. You're going to have the serve, which is used at the beginning of every point, the forehand, which is probably going to be your most used shot, and your backhand, which is going to be your second less important shot. So I like to start off with the serve. It's very important to bend your knees in almost every shot you hit. The serve is going to be holding the racket with a extensive grip. And that's very important in order to get a lot of flex in your wrist because in the serve you're going to be using your wrist a lot. And the three simple steps, honestly. You bend the knees, you toss the ball up in the air, and you hit it with the face of the racket. That means you're going to want to make contact with the strings with your palm facing your opponent. And here's a good demonstration from Roger Federer, one of the world's top 3 tennis servers. And according to Roger Federer, the world number 3 at the moment, he says that the serve is his most important shot because he can avoid doing a lot of work and exhausting himself against his opponents by simply acing them, which is them not hitting the ball or even touching it. The second most important shot, and in my opinion my favorite, the forehand comes at the beginning of any ball that lands on your right side or my right side because it's the most dominant side. And according to top 10 world coach Ivan Lubčić, I can't pronounce it. The forehand is the deadliest because everyone's hitting with the most comfortable hand. The ball's probably traveling at its fastest rate. And this is when your wrist can naturally flex in motion because that's how you usually throw your wrist. You never throw your wrist like your backhand side in real situations. So you have a lot of chances to expose the ball in either any corner you want because you probably have more control in your dominant hand. And the third shot, the backhand, and is also done in a couple easy steps. And I stress bend your knees a lot because for years my coach would make me do a lot of drills to bend my knees because I was really lazy when I played tennis. But the 3 steps are you bend your knees, you shift your hips away from the ball, and then you swing across your hips. So I learned the backhand using a one-hand backhand, which means that I only hold the racket with my most dominant hand ever. I never use my left hand to even make contact with the racket. And the backhand looks funny, but the backhand's going to look like this. You're going to want to just start with your hand near your less dominant side hip, and you're going to want to just look away, probably giving your shoulder to your opponent, and then your arm will naturally stop moving. And now that you know the 3 most basic shots, you must have a good foundation in tennis. I can't stress enough the most important step to all these shots that I've forgotten, which is having fun. And I didn't add it because if you're barely learning tennis, you most likely won't have fun. It's going to suck. You're not going to get the ball over the net. You might just completely miss the ball sometimes, and it probably won't go in. But if you learn the foundation and you play in front of people, you'll learn that there's so many qualities when playing by yourself and in front of all these people that you never knew you had. And I think that's how tennis has helped me has prepared me for days like this.